where you want it.
Bay 12, please.
Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. And today we're reviewing the new Transformers Studio Series concept art, Rumble, from the Bumblebee movie. So now we're getting into concept characters as well for Studio Series, which I am all for. We've already had a few, kind of technically, and one of the first was actually Dark of the Moon Thundercracker. And if you don't believe me, show me in Dark of the Moon where Thundercracker actually appeared. Show me the jet he transformed into, because neither of which made a single appearance in that movie, at least not to my knowledge. So I'm just saying, we've already had some concept figures within the Studio Series line. It's just now we're officially labeling them as such. And whether he was in the movie or not, unless they show a cooler version, you're not going to change my mind that this is the Bumblebee universe version of Rumble. Anyway, here he is in the packaging. You've got some artwork there on the upper part of the card with Rumble in his robot mode. On the side, you've got an outshot of Rumble with part of it being like a blueprinty kind of looking design. And then you've got a close-up of his robot mode there on that side. Some images of him in his robot mode and block mode, because I you know, other than block, I'm still not quite sure what to call this alt mode for him, and, you know, Ravage, so far as we've gotten in the Bumblebee verse. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the packaging. And here is Rumble out of the packaging, and I gotta say, Studio Series is already off to a great start this year with some really cool figures, and I really like this little core class guy. I genuinely hope that Hasbro continues doing these smaller characters in the core class. I mean, I know that usually these would have been reserved for pack-in characters, but if it ensures that we get it, I'm more than happy to pay $10 to get a little guy just like this right here. Speaking of this little guy, he's got all kinds of cool little detail on him. He's got some awesome little patterns that are very G1 reminiscent on there. I love that on the bottom of his arms slash pile drivers, he's got little Decepticon symbols printed on the bottom. I will say, as much as I really like this design of Rumble, and while it's way better than the weird robot skeleton that we got as Frenzy in the first Bayverse movie, which is right here for comparison, and this is the Human Alliance Frenzy, in case you're wondering, what's that Frenzy he has in the video? It's the Human Alliance one. I don't have the Human Alliance Barricade, but I did have to track down that Frenzy, because so far this is the best Frenzy we have for the Bayverse, at least in my opinion. I wish he had regular arms. That's the point I was trying to get to. I wish he had regular arms. He just has pile driver arms, which they're cool. I like them. But my biggest complaint is he doesn't have regular arms, and he can't hold his own blasters that he comes with on either of his arms. They don't peg in. He can't just hold them. You can't even get them onto this like little side peg bit here, because that's actually for transformation, not for holding either of his weapons. So he comes with weapons. You can take them off of his back. They're not exactly the same. They're two different little blaster pistols with the little core class size peg grip there, which is another gripe I have about this figure, is they saw fit to include these for other, I guess, core class characters, but he himself cannot wield his own weapons. So, like I said, my biggest complaint is in the arms, because as cool as the pile driver bits are, he can't hold his own weapons. Unless there's just something here that I'm totally missing, which is possible. As far as I can tell, can't hold his own weapons. Now, larger bots, like Soundwave, for example, can hold it, because it still has the full-size figure. I think it's, what, 3mm port. So you can give it to a larger bot to use as a blaster pistol, and since we're already doing this, might as well, for comparison, here he is next to Soundwave from the Bumblebee movie, whose chest he fits in completely, which is really awesome. And might as well go ahead and show Ravage too. So here is Bumblebee Ravage, who we did see in the final film. And here he is, because why not, next to the core class Studio 86 Rumble, who also has pile driver arms, but at least you can have regular arms for him as well. And I love how they're like the same height. Isn't that neat? I love how they pretty much stayed at the same height despite being so different in design. He is fully articulated, head is on a ball joint, fully articulated shoulders in and out. You have this side joint right here, which isn't necessarily for robot mode articulation, but it is part of transformation, as well as this little bit right here as well, also due to transformation. But it is something you can do. And you're probably wondering, well, can I just turn the arm forward and have it used as like an elbow joint? Nope, you cannot. Unfortunately, you cannot. You do get an ab crunch, mostly due to transformation. Hips go in and out and forward and back. Knees are on a ball joint, and the foot can go up and down, mostly due to transformation. So that's really all you get for ankle articulation. You don't get any of that side-to-side ankle articulation or anything like that, unfortunately. Transformation is also pretty simple and straightforward. Honestly, his transformation is even easier than Ravage's was. What we're going to do is we're going to start by removing his blasters from his back, which we already did earlier, but we're going to go ahead and grab them again because they are part of his robot mode and his alt mode. So we're going to take those off. We're going to split those right in the middle right here, and then we're just going to set them aside for the moment. Next, we're going to come over here to these arms. We're going to fold them up all the way on those hinge joints. Rotate that head all the way around, and then we're going to, on that ab crunch, bring that all the way back. Next, we're going to flip in those feet. And next, we're going to rotate these shoulders up like so. One of the key things to remember is you want those little Decepticon symbols visual pointing down. And then we're going to fold his legs over and peg them in, completing his block mode. Almost, you'll notice there's a gap in the middle, and that's where the blasters go. So once you get the arms and legs together, just split them a little bit at these joints right here. You'll get plenty of clearance. And then take his blasters. This one's got these little rectangular pegs on the side. You want that handle or little peg facing out. And take this one. This one's got the circular peg on the side of it. Have the handle or peg facing the other way for the other one. And then we're just going to bring those arms and legs back together, tabbing those blasters in right in the middle, securing that whole block. Now there's no gap. And there is Rumble in his block mode. And real quick for comparison, here is Rumble in his block mode next to Ravage in his block mode. So you can see the two Cybertronian blocks side by side. Here he is next to Bayverse Frenzy in his block mode, because he transformed into a block, also, at least toy-wise, to fit into Barricade's engine block section. And last but not least, here he is next to classic G1 Universe Rumble from, once again, Studio Series 86, also core class. So, flat and block. There you go. And of course, you want to see him in Soundwave's chest compartment. I know we all do. So what you're going to do is you're going to open that up, take your Soundwave, turn your block over to the side, push him in, close the door, and there he is, resting comfortably inside of Soundwave's chest compartment. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's review featuring the new Transformers Bumblebee movie concept art Rumble figure. This little Rumble is pretty awesome, and I mean, obviously, I'm looking forward to a little Frenzy version of this guy, too, and obviously there has to be a Frenzy version of this Rumble coming out soon, too, right? Right? I hope so. I'm sure there will be. And hopefully we get an actual core class Bayverse Frenzy at some point on the horizon, too, because, I mean, we need a nice little actual transforming Bayverse Frenzy. Just, you know, like a little boombox or something. Something simple. I know it's a little tough to make that work because his design is not smooth like the little boombox he transformed into in the '07 Bayverse movie, but hey, I'm sure Hasbro will get as close as they can for us. Stay tuned for more Transformers reviews, stay tuned for more Studio Series reviews, stay tuned for more Bumblebee concept reviews apparently too. Like and subscribe and follow us on social media. Check out our sister website and channel, CoolToyReview.com, and make sure that you check Cool Toy Review daily for daily toy-related content, news, and more. And like and subscribe to that Cool Toy Review YouTube channel once again. Check out our other sister website, Rebelscum.com, the world's oldest and largest Star Wars fan website not owned by Disney, and in their nearly 30-year-long history, Rebelscum is hosting the first official Rebelscum Con coming this summer, June 27th through the 30th. Check out this awesome Star Wars fan convention happening at the Allen Convention Center, and to do so, go to rebelscumconventions.com. Once again, that's rebelscumconventions.com to book your experience today. If you're looking for some awesome toys, collectibles, and merch, come by our physical location inside Order 66 Multiverse, and the shop's at Willowbend Mall in Plano, Texas, which also houses Order 66 Toys, the world's official all-collectible Star Wars toy store. And in case you're not local, they go live every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Time on the Order 66 Toys Facebook page, and they ship all around the world. Last but not least, check out our free archival website, collectorsoracle.com. There aren't any Transformer collectibles on there yet, but there are a bunch of awesome Star Wars collectible toy lines, and it's all absolutely free. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game